Welcome to another episode of In the Line of Wire with me, Jahara. I have with me today FahadMohiyuddin. He is the CEO of a company called ITLOW. Hi, Fahad.
Hey, Jahara, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Before we talk about ITLOW, we want to talk about Fahad. So tell us a little about your background, where you come from, what you've done. You've done some really different things, so I want that to come out.
Yeah, kind of diverse thing I've been doing. Actually, I was 17 when I left this country.
Okay.
I went to the United States. I graduated from Pennsylvania. I finished my bachelor's in CIS.
Okay.
Pure technical background in computer information systems.
Right.
And then did some co-ops, internships. I worked for a financial services company called Acacia Financial Services, based in downtown Pittsburgh.
Right.
And then there was another company in the summer. I took this job opportunity who used to buy and sell businesses, a lot of steel related stuff, since Pittsburgh used to be so big because of steel mines and industries. It was so big. So they used to buy and sell businesses. So I was working there, managing their huge entire facility, actually running that show as a manager. And there were some more interns from my university where I was pursuing my master's at the same time.
Right.
So it was very crazy, actually. Some of my friends, they decided to go with Heinz, which is the tomato workshop.
Hey, they also do baby food.
Yeah. So some of my friends, they got jobs there as a financial analyst. So I thought I might as well, forget about my master's, just join the workforce. But then I took, maybe just push another year. Yeah, so I was working at the same time and going to school. So I finished my master's in IAS, Internet Information Systems, with dual majors in object-oriented databases. The main vendor of that technology, it was fairly new back then, was InterSystems. Cache is a post-relational database.
Right.
And the next side of my major was micro-network security.
Okay.
So
again, another important area.
Yeah, so intrusion detection, everything, from networking side. So I was keenly involved on both sides. Then I did some consultancy work. I moved to Jersey. I did some work there. Florida, Pensacola, some work for insurance companies, health sectors. Healthcare industry. I've been dealing with for quite some substantial time. Right. And deal with different portals, different system softwares that they have used.
Right.
A lot of applications that I've dealt with. They were like CC HIT certified. A lot of I don't want to bring up names, but there are a lot of them out there.
Right.
Specifically, right now, this era, everybody's trying to come up with this portal for EMR because of the Obama's PAC. He's kind of like going to make it mandatory for every individual practitioner in the U.S. If you're a physician, consultant, whoever, you have to have an automated EMR in place for your clinics.
Wow, he's going to force that, is he?
So yeah, I think by the year 2012, it's going to be mandatory. So there's a lot of opportunity in this domain, and health sector is just booming. I mean, I have seen the downside in finance, and my company, my US-based company, that I've been working for quite some time. I opened up an offshore office in Karachi when I came to Pakistan back in 2004. So we have seen some ups and downs in finance industry. We used to have some good clientele. Believe it or not, they had an office in World Trade Center.
Oh God, okay.
So, and some parts in Florida. But anyways, the finance industry is not doing so well. So that was actually we moved on after, I think, some time in November 2008. And ever since I came in actually here, the reason for my coming to Pakistan was to do something back home, to come back home and implement something what hasn't been here, or that hasn't been provided, that has do something for your own country. And that's one of the opportunities. Instead of going up, take a bigger opportunity at a bigger corporate and write the corporate letter, I decided to stick with a not so big company. And the idea was right from the beginning in my head because that's one day when I have the right opportunity, I would go back home and do something there.
So you've set up a company, you've provided employment for people, and you've provided a lot of training in a technology that is not widely used here.
I started off with 4 people.
Okay.
Back in my house, then we moved to a bigger office facility in Sharjah. So I was training them on Cache, this technology that I took up in my master's program.
Right.
And there was an instructor. I really like to bring her name. She is Dr. Harvey. She motivated me a lot. Actually, this technology Cache is not so renowned and popular, and it's not being taught in various institutes of the United States. But back then, there were only 5 institutes in the United States, and mine was one of them in Pennsylvania. So the community of MUMPS and Cache, MUMPS is the predecessor of Cache, is very tight. Everybody knows each other in the industry in the U.S. So another instructor was Donald Caputo. I had some courses in my undergrad with him, and with Dr. Harvey. She was a fabulous instructor. She motivated me a lot, and she got me a lot of contracts, actually, consultancy work in Pittsburgh, while I was taking up my master's. So I was at the same time using the same technology with the industry in the U.S. So,
okay, so that must have been useful for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to, take that opportunity and do some of that work for Pakistan. So I'm glad to say that we are the only software house in Pakistan, or technology solutions provider, who are actually application partners with Cache. And
what's so special about Cache, for those who don't know what it is?
Actually, for health sector, it's the only. It covers almost 83% of the entire U.S. market. Okay. So we don't need to sell. I mean, Microsoft is out there, it's Oracle, SAP solutions, but when it comes to U.S. health industry, the reason is if you go back like 1970s, 80s, they've been using MUMPS, okay, which is a flat file hierarchical system. What InterSystems did, they bought MUMPS and they gave it an object databases. So there is no tables, it's all classes, so no impedance mismatch, no foreign keys. It's one-on-one mapping. It's very robust, it's scalable, and the benchmark proves to be faster than Oracle. And the licenses are pretty reasonable, pretty fair. So that's the good aspect for me to look at for Pakistani market,
okay,
and so that's why I came here. I trained almost 20 people, believe it or not, and then it took off. They trained other people. We at some point we had a very good team, and I introduced this concept and this database here. And believe it or not, now my ex-employees, they're developing applications in Cache.
Great.
So
great. That's terrific. That's the way to go.
Exactly. I look at this way, like. If I correctly remember, it was Steve Jobs, Apple CEO. He said, technology is in its best form when it's shared the most. Some people don't believe it, but I truly believe it.
That's good.
We should never hide technology. We should never hide a code, or it should always be shared. It's the open source world. We should share it the most, and we should let each other learn from among our so
knowledge sharing,
exactly,
and transfer of technology.
So that's that firm belief, and that's one of the reasons I came back here. And for a couple of years, I found another company, ITLOW Solutions.
Okay, now tell us a little about ITLOW. What does it do? And you have a very strong software solution for the healthcare sector.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, tell us a little about that.
Yeah, iCare. I don't have anything to show right now.
But yeah, basically,
it's the branding is called iCare. It's a suite of products, and it's basically. It has all the modules. It has horizontal functions. The entire architecture was built by, by a very sound knowledge. It's the business layer is separate than the back end, because I wanted to use Cache, and then I had such a hard time selling Cache in Pakistan. In the U.S., it's like this. Everybody knows it. I don't need to pitch it, right? But in Pakistan, nobody knows it, so it's tough. So I said, okay, I want to make a database platform independent. So that's a lot of effort. Then we make it Unicode data, like language, multilingual.
Right.
Because my target market is MEA. I've been talking to some people in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Saudi Arabia. So that's another big thing. We wanted to deal with multiple currency, multilingual.
Right.
And it's everything has been taken into consideration right from the beginning. It had to, because if you're developing a product from the scratch, I mean, a lot of bigger companies, they fail to do that, believe it or not. And we was such a, it was so tough to, to initiate this entire thing. And we were talking to different people, different in the industry, outside, abroad, and they were, asking me not to do this, not to invest money in this, and they were assuring me that product development, or stay out of it, do consultancy work, what you've been doing, and
yeah, product development is hard work, but then it pays off.
Yeah, so iCare, what we have, I'll tell you, we have a lot of modules. We have our laboratories, smart clinic, iClinic, we call it. We have a patient portal, it's called iPatient. We have iTrack, iTransfuse for blood bank. So it's an entire conglomerate of ERPs to make it a paperless solution. And we are not done yet. This is just a release one. I'm not stopping it here.
But people can actually buy individual modules as well as the whole solution, right?
Actually, this is the idea. The thing is, for Pakistan, if I were to market iCare, it's a big price chunk. It's a big amount of money.
Of course.
So what I target, instead of selling it like entire one ERP, if I could, mix and match the modules and some horizontal functionalities. Let's say if some lab wants to buy the lab with billing modules and some finance, so that can be done easily, because the way we design the architecture, that's how it can be. It can be done. If some pharmacy wants to just buy a point of sale solution, they can do that. So if a clinical solution can be bought by, let's say, a network of physicians, they want to deploy iClinic with EMR, electronic medical record, which is a very new concept in Pakistan. But I'm trying to change the ecosystem. See, what the thing is, I'm trying to do something different. Not like, build ERPs just like any other Indian product. There's a lot of out there. I don't want to bring up names. Pakistan has quite a few software houses in Lahore, Karachi. Actually, I won this contract last year in Islamabad. And there were companies from Dubai, 2 from Lahore, 3 from Karachi. And I met this guy from Pennsylvania, University of Pennsylvania. And he kind of remembered me. I didn't remember him a lot, but somehow he seemed to remember me, and he came to me. You sound familiar. And so I talked to him, and then he said, I'm a pulmonologist at UPMC. So I was like, oh, Pittsburgh, that's my old hometown.
Yeah, your favorite place.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh because, I don't know. Anyway, so I won this contract. So we competed with the, Dubai-based company, Lahore, 3 companies from there, and a few companies from Karachi. And the only reason why we won this contract is because of the interface. It's so light, thin client, and the robustness and scalability of database.
Right.
And the flexibility of entire modules.
Okay.
So most of the people at that facility they're US-based surgeons from US, and they want to be able to stay in touch with their patients while traveling abroad, back and forth to the United States. So they want to be able to see the history, patient data, visit management, everything, what's been diagnosed, their laboratory reports, everything. So it's like we have a dashboard built into the system.
My doctor wants one. Maybe I should introduce him to you.
So we have, the thing is, when I showed this to people, you know what they said? They said, oh, we have demoed a lot of software in Pakistan and outside of Pakistan, and they all focus about HR and finance. So I said, this is where I come in. My solution is more patient-centric.
Right.
It's not about HR. You can buy,
payroll or HR.
Payroll, HR from anybody, IBM, SAP, and, there's a lot of other.
Oh, there are local solutions as well.
Yeah, local solutions a lot. So I try to, make it a more patient-centric solution. So it's something unique. I know it's a lot to convince people in the local market to change, and it takes a lot to change the ecosystem when you're doing something new. I mean, imagine Obama, he just came up with this idea now, and I've been working on this software for I don't know how long, and
are you sure you didn't talk to him?
No, honestly speaking, no, never did. Never got a chance.
Okay. Well, maybe you should have.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, now health industry is really, it's a lot of potential. And not only in the U.S., basically.
Also in the Middle East, in Europe.
Far East.
Here. Yeah, that's right.
Far East. And I've been talking to people in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. They have shown significant interest, not for the entire HMIS solution, healthcare. They want to start off the pilot project for iClinic.
Okay.
And the lady, she's a managing director there in Kuala Lumpur. She has seen the product, and she has shown very significant interest. So she might be visiting here in Karachi and sending the team. Actually, what they want to do, they want their team to learn our product for user acceptance, and we will provide second line of support from Karachi.
Okay.
And for deployment, we'll go there, and this is how the business model we have with them. Okay. So a lot of good things with eye care, and I'm specifically, I'm not doing other things at the very moment. Just focusing on eye care and take it to the next level, which will be the intelligent eye care.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, what's that? Business intelligent, integrate data warehouse. The data repository, whatever the patient data we have, and for let's say a bigger hospital organizations, if they want to see the data for last 6 months, if they have let's say a radiology department ward, right? How much, if they have like 15 departments, and if they want to just see the main CEO, they want to see, okay, what's the occupancy rate for radiology versus any other department. So they can just go in there, see the numbers right at the dashboard. So
can they do that for diseases like
everything? This is
to detect epidemics?
Exactly. The idea is, this is just one simple example. They can do for disease, for number of patients they've been, they came in, age groups. Actually, this is for research purposes.
Okay.
So this is a fairly new concept, and I'm trying to sell it to some bigger hospital facilities who have been using some kind of automated system in Pakistan, because data has to be there.
Right.
The data repository has to be there, because if my data warehouse engine and BI solution is not going to work if there's no data, and if it's on file. Right. So they have to have, I'm sure there are a few hospitals in the city, and
there's some very good
Islamabad, Lahore, Karachi, so if they have existing data sets, and if that can be integrated with the BI solution, that's the idea. So we can keep track of patients' record, who's coming back, how many patients from what age group they came back, and who have left and never came back.
So as to detect trends and
it's like
where we need to focus.
Statistical analysis for everything, from diseases to patients discharged to ward occupancy, because this hospital that we signed a contract last year was like true hospitality concept. They have a hospital, it's a 400-bed facility, and a hotel.
A hotel and a hospital together?
Yeah, together. It's a hospitality concept. It's a very fair concept. And believe it or not, I like this idea, and I like the people there because they're...
So what do they do? I mean, once they're cured, they go into the hotel, or
actually it's for...
have a holiday?
No, I'll tell you, it's for foreign visitors, foreign patients. So let's say if someone comes to Pakistan for treatment, and if their family is staying there, so rather than staying outside of the hotel, hospital facility, they'll provide accommodation right there.
Okay.
So it's a new idea. So I'm surprised they came up with this idea, but it's... So
it's not like the Middle East, when people needed a holiday, some of the Arabs got admitted into hospital over the weekend, had biryani at the hospital, and anyway. Okay, but this concept works if you get a lot of foreign patients.
Right. No, yeah, this is why they're pushing it, because of the fact that, again, the board of directors are themselves, they're MDs, and they've been practicing in the US for a very long time, and they want to contribute to their country.
Okay.
And I really appreciate that idea. And that's why they said they wanted a solution which is more, make them feel comfortable with the solution that they're working currently in the United States. So
and then maybe they can extend it into some telemedicine efforts for
actually,
those areas
exactly. This is the next thing I was going to come out. That this is my next release. Will be actually I'm trying to make it work. How it can be deployed in the rural areas where we don't have expert physicians. For a lot of poor, needy people out there, they don't have the resources. They don't have nice facility. They don't have medicines. Nothing. Actually, it was a concept. I was reading it. It was supposed to be implemented back in 2002 between Lahore, some parts of Kashmir, Karachi, and to tie all these 3 locations together via telemedicine. But somehow the funding never got approved. But the idea was there, but nobody worked on it. And this is another thing. I really would like to hit it hard after the next releases to tie it with telemedicine, video conferencing. Actually, it's not that tough right now because our existing system is already talking to like sending SMS alerts or PDAs. It can be integrated to pocket PCs for doctors and physicians. So it's there. The functionality is there. So
it just needs to be tweaked, I guess.
Yeah, tweaked, and it can be integrated with any facility in let's say upper north or rural areas of Pakistan where they don't have the right facility and infrastructure for video conferencing. So the idea is we have a lot of experts sitting in Karachi, which is a big cosmopolitan city. A lot of talented, skilled people, smart physicians, but where the help is needed, they cannot access those people. They don't have their data. So this is where actually I came out with the idea of patient portal, iPatient. So that, let's say, if a patient is traveling abroad, let's say if a kid, right, if he or she goes to Thailand, the language barrier is a big hassle. You want to communicate to a doctor in Thailand, forget it. So if you have that history of patient available via some portal online, which is my idea to provide, that they can go there anywhere in the world, and if they get sick or if they need some emergency attendance.
And all their records will be there as well.
Everything,
previous
their
tests and all that.
History, entire visit management, what happened to them in the past, their cures, their prescriptions.
So it makes it easier for the doctor to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not only within the country, it's
also
more like
it's a global sort of
exactly.
healthcare solution.
It's like more like a hosted concept.
Right.
Any patient can sign on, and it can be used for anybody.
Okay.
So it's not only strictly used for the hospital. So again, I'm not strictly doing it for the money. This is just a good idea that I want to market, and this is, I think, it's tied in. It's available with the eye care product itself, but it can be an add-on. It can,
It can be a separate module. It can be an add-on.
Exactly.
Okay, terrific. Well, thanks, Fahad, for coming in. It's been great talking to you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Good luck with your product, and once your solution is implemented in a few facilities, let us know. We'll go and talk to them and find out how they're using it.
Sure, I would love to.
This is Jahara signing off from another episode of In the Line of Wire.